Huh? You want, hey, Council want mine, and I'll send somebody here, out here. Could you, go get his book?
Okay.
Go get Counselor Williams' book.
We all set there, City Clerk? Okay, we're going to start our study session. Councilor Monto for Councilor Gathers.
Thank you, Councilor Hogan. Councilor Gathers has 8A, and that one is going to be ready.
Okay. I have D under me, and that is ready, too. President Hudson's, do we have any commissioner deeds?
No, Monday.
Okay. Councilor Caldwell.
Thank you, Councilor Hogan. I have items 10 through 19. Commissioner Williams.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Tony Williams, Commissioner of Parks. Parks has items 10 through 19. Starting off with agenda item number 10.
Good afternoon, Chris Abbott, Deputy Commissioner of Parks. Our first item is application and agreement to accept, if awarded, a second New York Swims grant, and this one specifically for retention, for recruitment and retention of lifeguards, specifically for lifeguards. A grant in the amount of $50,000, again, to enhance lifeguard salary through retention bonuses and for marketing, for efforts to market, again, in an effort to recruit additional lifeguards.
Yes, item 11, thank you. Any questions? No? Item 11?
Item 11 is to accept 4 donated wooden picnic tables from Northside T&T on behalf of Morris Construction. These picnic tables will be placed in Washington Square Park.
Awesome.
Great.
Agenda item number 12. Are there any questions on that? This is to accept a reimbursement from National Grid for trees that were planted by forestry. No? Okay. Agenda item number 13 and 14 is for our new e-gaming initiative at 3 locations, the Fire Barn on Upper Onondaga, also Wilson Park Community Center, in addition to Southwest Community Center. Are there any questions regarding that agenda item?
Nope.
All right, moving on. Agenda item number 15 and 16 both are in regards to our CIP 24-25 fiscal year capital improvement plan for parks pool improvements. All of the suggested improvements being replacement parts are listed on the appendix of this agenda item. Are there any questions on these? Okay, moving right on. Agenda item number 17 and 18 is from our park CIP as well, from fiscal year 24-25, and this is from our line park sidewalk improvements. We're allocating the $350 that we usually do every year for these sidewalk improvements. Any questions on these 2 agenda items, 17 and 18?
Commissioner, where on the parts have we set a location? We're going to put the sidewalks improvements?
Yeah, there was no appendix on this one. These will mostly, these funds will mostly go towards Coleridge, and whatever is left over will be, if you want to know, I can send you some data on that, Counselor. But we usually like to keep this a little broad on the letters so we don't get pigeonholed to certain sidewalks, because I found since I've been at parks that operational emergencies via sidewalks come up
We have that
quite
issue
frequently.
on the north side,
Yeah.
as you know.
Yeah. Any other questions?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Commissioner, can I
Yes,
ask quickly?
yes, sir.
13, 14, the 150 for the esports.
Yes, sir.
You're shifting funds from the green infrastructure capital line over to this project. What are the projects that are going to be, overlooked or forgone in the green infrastructure line?
Green infrastructure line, it's not projects that are being overlooked. This is a yearly allocation that we usually have for green infrastructure. Green infrastructure projects and planning are usually driven by our planning department. Currently at Parks, we were coming out of only having one planner out of 3. So those projects will be pushed off until next year. And esports was more, it was more on the radar and easier to start at this point. So that's why we're making this pivot.
Thank you.
No problem.
Commissioner, I have a question on number 11. Roughly before you got here, we were looking to get some benches in Kirk Park and was told that the city Parks Department would no longer be accepting benches from different organizations, that they would be going with a holistic bench approach because of parts that when a bench was broken, they would have to search around for parts because none of the benches matched. So is that not happening anymore?
Counselor, I am not familiar with what you just said to me, but I would like to look into it. And I would like to say off the cuff that we still can take donations. It sounds like we do have a bench program, which we are moving towards uniform benches. But I'm sure that we can work something out if you know a vendor or somebody from the community that wants to donate a bench. It would just have to be from our new uniform approach, but we can definitely work it out.
So are these wooden ones a uniform approach?
These wooden benches themselves, I'll have to look at that, but I will assume so. I'll get back to you on the.
I think these are picnic tables as opposed to benches.
Yeah, they're just picnic tables.
These are 4 picnic
Oh,
tables
picnic
being
tables.
donated.
Yeah, they're not benches. They're 4 picnic tables, wooden picnic tables.
Oh, okay. I was wondering
Yeah.
why they was wooden. Okay, I read it wrong.
But to that point, we're moving towards uniform approach for everything, picnic tables, benches. And please circle back to me about those benches for Kirk Park, because if there's somebody that's willing to donate, I'd like to connect with them and make sure we work it out.
Okay.
Any other questions, counselors?
Thank you, Councilor Caldwell.
Yep, thank you.
Councilor
Thank you.
Majok.
Thank you for your time. I have item 20 to 29. Latif here.
I think I just saw Latif walk in. Pastor walk in. He stopped in the office today and,
Good afternoon, Councilors. Richard Schaff, First Deputy Chief of Police.
We have number 20, which is, I think, is Latif item.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You want to take it?
No, sir.
Latif is sitting in the last row like it's 10 o'clock Mass and Most Holy Rosary. Jeez.
Good afternoon, Latif Johnson Kinsey, Mayor's Office of Reduce Gun Violence. We talked already.
Yes, we have. So I think we are moving to that direction, right?
All right.
And the,
I'm making sure you remember what you said.
yeah. Did we change the letter or
so
not
this item right here is gonna be withdrawn, and Pastor
Yeah.
Latif.
I like Pastor while I'm up
Okay.
here. Reverence.
Gonna submit a new letter.
So we're
yeah.
going to withdraw it?
Yeah, we're gonna withdraw this
Okay.
one. You gotta, yeah.
All right, we're going to take number 20 out.
I'm
and
good, Councilman? I'm all
Good,
set?
we're good.
All right, so I'll take care of that. I'll be back with you.
Appreciate it,
All
Pastor.
right. Yeah.
Number 21.
Number 21 is an application agreement with the Micron Corporation for the Syracuse Police Athletic League for a program with girls going into tech initiative in an amount not to exceed $20,000. If awarded, the funds will be used to aim at middle school and high school students in Syracuse School District to increase their knowledge and interest in the STEM curriculum. There's no match required with that.
This should make Jimmy happy.
It should make Jimmy happy. He's hobbling around on one wheel right now. He heard it. He pulled something playing with a kid, so.
Any questions?
Do you know which schools you're working with?
Do I know which schools?
Which
He
ones?
does, I don't. He had to submit a budget request with us. You want me to try to get that to you, or?
I think it's more of a citywide rather than specific school, right? District-wide? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see if Jimmy's got a list of specific schools.
Okay.
$20,000, I'm sure it's not citywide.
Okay.
Okay, item number 22 is a contract with Solon Quinn Studios for professional services to include marketing, photography, videography, graphic design, and microsite development services on behalf of the Syracuse Police Department. To expand on the recruitment and public relations efforts for the first two one-year renewal options with the approval of the mayor and the common council from June 1st, 2023 to May 31st, 2024. The total cost not to exceed $205,000. So this is the second extension of a 3-year contract. We are very satisfied with the work that Saul & Quinn Studios has done with our recruitment efforts, with the product they've produced, with their videos and photography, as well as the help that they've done with our microsites. Lieutenant Tom reports to me that he's getting compliments from other agencies on how our website's put together. So they're both here if anybody has any questions for them, but we're very satisfied with the work we're getting.
Well, I think this body has been supporting this project for a while, so I have no question. Push it forward if any questions? No.
So this will be the end of this contract period, and then we'll have to renew going forward.
Okay.
Okay.
That works for us.
Item 23 is also a renewal of an existing agreement. It's an intermunicipal agreement with the Syracuse City School District on behalf of the police department to provide the school district with school peace officers. There's retired police officers known as SPOs. The agreement will include 20 SPOs and 2 sergeants to supervise up to 20. The exact number will be determined by the chief of police with input from the school district. Considering public and student safety and officer availability, the term of the contract will be from 24 to 25 school year. The school district will reimburse up to $1.23 million, and it's detailed in the resolution deposited into this account below. We've checked this. It will completely cover the cost of this. It will not be coming out of the police department budget. It's all coming out of the school district budget.
And Chief, I work with the district and
Yes,
have knowledge into this. Is there a difference between the SROs that we currently have and the SPOs that will be going?
Yes, sir. I'm going to get to that one next. But
Yeah,
the SROs, school resource officers, are actual currently employed Syracuse police officers. The SPOs are special police officers. They're retired police officers from any agency, actually, but we prefer them from Syracuse if we can. But
So Chief, you think you'll be able to get 20 retirees?
I don't know the
get
answer to
this
that.
on?
We've had issues with that in the past because that's why we're renewing it. We didn't get any. Retired Chief Fowler is one that's personally taken a heavy hand to
good.
try to get people recruited. I understand the school district increased the pay significantly that they're offering, and he's holding current recruiting events. I have not spoken to him personally. I heard he's gotten to 9 maybe out of the 20 people interested. So it's better than we've been getting because we've gotten no interest up until this year. So Chief Fowler seems to be getting a little bit of an arm around it.
Yeah, he has been working close to his city school district, so he's.
Yeah, because if we're offering the same pay as all the other school districts, it's a tough competition. So the school district, from what I understand, did offer up the pay significantly.
Yeah. Questions? All right.
Number 24 is what Council Williams just touched on, an intermunicipal agreement with the Syracuse City School District on behalf of the police department to supply the Syracuse City School District school resource officers. These are the on-duty, currently employed police officers that include at least 6, but no more than 10. Right now, we have 9 in the schools, and they're dedicated to the high schools with 1 rover.
So, Chief, between the two items, we've got 30 officers and 3 supervisory sergeants.
Yes, sir.
What's a typical number of individuals that a sergeant would supervise?
A sergeant, the standard in the manual is 7. But, we are stretched a little thin. Most of the officers in the schools, it's a little bit different. They're not responding to call after call after call, so the supervisor has a little bit more time to supervise 10 people versus 7. Plus, they tend to be a little more senior, seasoned, mature officers as well. So if we weren't comfortable, we wouldn't do it. Or if we find a problem with it, we'll
for you
fix
in the
it.
past? Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
That's a good question.
I have a question. I'm going to go back to 23. I hope this is a good question, too. As far as the, police officers, could it be correction officer, like maybe some corrections officers that
No.
aren't working anymore?
No, it has to be somebody that is recognized by New York State as having been a police officer. And there's also other criteria with that. You can't have been retired more than 4 years, so you have to get trained all over again. So it's regulated by the Department of Criminal Justice Services who can do that job. That was also a very good question, because if we could, we'd grab them.
25.
25, this is another annual ask for the next two for our emergency vehicle operations track, which is located up outside of Fulton, New York. The next closest track is in Oriskany, and it's tough to get space there. This is the only place for us to really train and have classroom space for our emergency vehicle operations training course. As the counselors know, that in our effort to reduce vehicle accidents, property damage, that training is essential with this. Plus, we have to train all the academy staff. So, item 25 is for the period of next year for the operating the track. 26. 25 is for the rental space for emergency vehicle operator for the period. So, between the two of them, one is for the track and one is for the classroom space, and 26 is for the track. So 25 is for the classroom space.
Twenty-seven.
27 is from a request from our bomb squad to request to waive a purchasing process for a Novo DR Incorporated. It's a portable X-ray system known as the Rover 3 system for the period of July 1st to June 30th of next year. This cost us $73,000. Will be covered by a grant. Our bomb squad was out in Oriskany recently and tested a number of other companies to do this job, and this is the one they found to be the best. So they vetted this system with a bunch of companies. This is the one they liked the best. I have a whole long email about from the sergeant of that unit that I can forward to you if you want to see it about all the specifics. Matter of fact, I will send it to you, and then you'll have it. Yes, sir.
All right.
All set. Thank you.
Yep. Fire.
Good afternoon, counselors. How are you doing today? Item number 28 is to increase our waiver of competitive bid that we have for Vandermolen and Sutphen. They're the authorized and sole provider for parts for this particular truck that needs to be repaired. It's one of our frontline trucks that's up at Station 10 off of Genesee Street. We have to repair, so we just had to increase the waiver from $50,000 to $150,000. Is there any questions on that? Okay, and number 29 is to get into a waiver with Auburn Community Hospital. We are annually we go through the different hospitals to get drugs we need for narcotics and for non-narcotics. The city hospitals we get our narcotic drugs from. These drugs we're looking to buy, the city hospitals don't provide that service for us. If we want EpiPens, albuterol, the things that we use day to day, the only way we can get those drugs is to go through Auburn Community Hospital. They're the closest local place that will give us that, and we can buy them one for one. If they weren't able to provide that service for us, we would have to buy in bulk, and we would have medicines that would be sitting on the shelves and we might not get to. So this is the most efficient use of our money.
So St. Joe's, upstate,
No.
Kraus, we can't get it from
No,
any of
we
them.
go through Kraus to get our narcotics. Those are when somebody's in cardiac arrest, the higher end drugs that are for higher priority calls, but the lower priority calls that need somebody with difficulty breathing with albuterol or EpiPens, the things that we use all the time, the local hospitals will not, we cannot buy it from them. That's correct.
You don't have them, or is it their policies?
I'm not really sure. I know if we were able to purchase from them, we would. They don't have that service provided to us at this time.
Joe, do we need do we need a, MOU or, for this one? Is this, do we need like a, MOU for this one?
MOU, do we need MOU for this?
No, I believe they would just use a purchase order.
Okay, all right then.
Is there any more questions? Or if anybody has any questions about the local hospital situation, I could discuss that offline. But if we would love to be able to go to anywhere local and grab the medicine, but we can't. So
Yeah, we'll talk.
We'll talk. All right,
all right,
thanks, Chief.
and these are the medicines that we use every day. I mean, I don't know how many
Well,
times
I
a day.
think,
so.
I think we'll put, if it's okay, Councilman Majority, we'll push this forward.
Okay.
But I think we should talk about this.
All right, thank you. Okay.
And 29, Chief Schaaf left? Is he still here? Chief Schaaf?
In the back.
Okay. For 29, I take we are good to go? 30, my apologies, 30. Are we good to go?
I didn't realize this was on again today, so I have to reach out. I just found out this morning, we're going to reach out to the Jensen family.
Okay.
So I'm assuming if they're going to come, well, we'll notify them. I know that
Okay.
this is coming.
All right, that works.
I'll let you
All
know.
right, let me know as soon as possible.
I will let you know as soon as possible, hopefully today.
Okay. Could be, yeah. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll let you know one way or the
Thank
other.
you. Good time that would be all.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Michelle. Councilor Paniagua.
Good afternoon, everybody. I have items 31 and 32, and Richard approaching the podium.
Good afternoon, Council. Rick Elsever, Director of Human Resources. 31 is to enter in an agreement with ProAct, who is our current provider for our prescription services for our retirees under 65 and current employees. We went to an RFP with Onondaga County, Madison County, and us, and not only were they the lowest bidder, but the minimal disruption to our employees. So any questions I can answer on
Any questions?
ProAct? No? Excellent.
32?
32 is the ability to enter into an agreement with Image Integrator, which is for our microfiche machine in HR to look up old files. We need services sometimes not to exceed $3,000. Oh, geez, got a little close to the mic there. Not to exceed $3,000.
Is this a renewal?
We've had it in the past. My understanding, we didn't need to come to council for 3,000, but now I'm told we do. So
Here we are.
Yeah, we've had them in the past. Yeah.
Any questions?
They are local, by the way.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Paniagua. Councilor Manto for Councilor Gathers.
Thank you, Councilor Hogan. Councilor Gathers has item 33. We're going to hold that one for a committee meeting.
It was missed on a tracker, the letter was just submitted, but, Kenneth Townsend is asking for, that to go on, the agenda. It's just for it's just for transportation and lodging for training. Counselor, you want to elaborate on it, what the letter says?
Yeah, so this is from Ann Fordock. It's a gift for PWX conference attendance from Von Ruck Lighting. Is anybody here that knows about this one? Thanks, Corey. I see you heading towards us.
Afternoon, councilors. Corey Dunham, Chief Operating Officer. Yes, this is a bit of a last-minute request that came to our attention. The Von Rock is the vendor that we work with for a lot of the solar lighting that we've installed in parks and elsewhere. And so they have offered Ken Towsley, our street lighting coordinator, an opportunity to come to a conference to speak about his experience. I believe nearly all expenses will be covered, but the conference is taking place in Atlanta from September 8th through the 10th. And so we'd like to, if the council is open to it, to approve it before he goes.
Okay, so it's just it's a gift, basically.
Exactly.
It's only $650, right?
Yeah, I think it's $650.
Okay. Any questions, anybody? All right, we're good.
Okay. Thank you, councilors.
Thanks, Corey. Thank you. I'm all set, Councilor Hogan.
Thank you, Councilor Manto. Myself and Councilor Jones-Rouser have 34, 35, and 36. I think they are all ready unless there are some questions. I want to compliment Councilor Caldwell for getting the public together up on the east side, so overflow meetings up at the library up there. So as if there's no more questions, we'll push this ahead.
I do have a question.
Okay, Councilor
Pro Tem.
Jones-Rauser.
Can we just get a little bit of a expounding on 35, what the purpose for the name change?
Good afternoon, councilors. Michael Collins, Commissioner for Neighborhood and Business Development. My understanding is that when our lawyer went to file the paperwork, the request from the state was to remove the word trust to remove any confusion about different types of legal entities or banking, perhaps. I could find out exactly what it was, but it was a request. That's correct. There we go. Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Joe, that was loud.
You were excited, Joe. Did the Red Sox sign somebody that we didn't know about?
Joe knows when to get Michael to stop talking. We good?
Okay.
Good.
Okay. So I'll call them already. I have 37. 37 we're going to push forward to. That's ready. 38, 39, 40. I want to ask the district councilors on any of these special permits to be cognizant that they're, I think two are with Councilor Jones-Rauser and one's with Councilor Nave. Jake, why don't you come up and talk about these special permits, 38, 39, and 40.
Good afternoon, Council. Jake Dishaw, Deputy Commissioner of Code Enforcement and Zoning Administration. Item number 38 is a special use permit to approve a gas station with retail and/or restaurant use type located at 1133-1137 South Salina Street at Rayner Ave. 5 people spoke in opposition of this proposal at Planning Commission. So this is from owner applicant Mark Mondo, or he's the owner, the applicant James Owen. So they're basically taking if you're facing the building, the left side garage space, and they want to convert that into retail space.
Any questions, councilors? Councilors, any questions?
I get one on 40.
Sure.
Okay, 39 one.
39, also special use permit. This is to approve a gas station as well with retail and/or restaurant use type located at 900 South Ave and Crescent Ave. No one spoken in opposition to the proposal. Owner applicant is the Greater Syracuse Property Development Corporation and/or Land Bank. So this is a long time vacant property.
Yeah, it certainly is.
And it used to be a gas station before, right?
Yeah, a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
About 100 years ago.
I'm sorry, I missed the whole thing.
Thank you.
Okay, and we'll go to Council.
Yep.
Item 40.
40, also special permit. This is to approve light auto repair only use type at this property located at 1601 Lemoyne, known as Q's Cars. No one spoke in favor or opposition. I will say we were very adamant and strict with the applicant that this can only be light duty repair, and what they're proposing to expand and build a new facility on this site.
So they're at the end of by the city line.
Yep.
And it's been there for a long time. One time it was known as Two Guys Auto Repair. And I go by there, it is auto repair. Now, there's land behind that area. Are they going to extend right to the city line if you go into Mattydale? Is that part of the proposal?
So part of their parcel does extend into it's actually Town of Salina. So we coordinated and spoke with Town of Salina and their planning and code enforcement and zoning person, I guess, instead of staff. But we coordinated with them. Yeah, the building itself doesn't, but part of the property does extend behind into that additional jurisdiction. But we went through the entire review. Everything will be permitted and reviewed by the city of Syracuse.
Okay, so there was no talk that they were going to tear down an existing building, build a...
No, so this is to build like new bays.
Okay, so they're going to extend the property.
Yeah,
Am I correct?
Well, they're going to build more facilities on the
Oh,
property.
big more facility, okay. And did we go over if there's going to be an issue, as you enter in, going into the city from Mattydale, knowing this is going to be a bigger business, pertaining to traffic?
Well, I mean, it will still have to go through, the site work permits, but yeah, the site plan, processes would be something we'd look at all of that. And
Town of Salina, did they approve this? Did they look?
they basically deferred to us to,
Oh, I see.
to look
Yeah,
at it.
I know. The council does that a couple of times.
But I mean, I know the code official out there, I spoke with him,
Good,
so
good.
I mean,
Okay.
it's just easier rather than having both
Well,
of
must
us.
clean it up a little bit, too. Thank you.
Jake, I have a question on 38.
Sure.
I did not recall the ask for the new owners for the Rayner property asking for restaurant type. Was that amended or something? Just a convenience store. Okay, so I definitely would not like that wording in there.
Okay.
With retail and or restaurant use type. 38. Okay, we'll look into it for Monday, so.
Is that it for now?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to take a break in the action and go back to 19 on Councilor Caldwell's request, which is Commissioner Williams.
Tony Williams, Commissioner of Parks. Number 19 is a waiver of competitive bid for Gartner Equipment Company. This is for plumbing parts and restoration. We use this vendor, and we would like to waive the competitive bid because this vendor specializes in rebuilding our pool pumps and motors. It's kind of like a niche. Any questions on that? This is a
Okay, I know we
agenda
have
item that we
issues
pass
about,
every year.
Waiving some of those bids, but I'm okay with it if you guys are.
Must be, it's specialized, obviously.
Yeah, normally you have to replace these pool pumps and motors, but this vendor specializes in it, which allows us to actually rebuild stuff rather than replace, get some more life out of them.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Councilor
Yeah, thank
Caldwell.
you.
Thank you, Council.
Thank you, Commissioner. 41 is a resolution to recognize the Marriott, the old Hotel Syracuse for 100 years of operation.
I'll support that.
Okay, yes. Councilor Williams, 42.
Thank you, President Pro Tem. I've got items 42 through 46.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, Councilors. Dave Proack, Director of IT.
Yeah.
This is an annual contract for some consulting help with our programming team up in IT. Kathleen's a longtime employee, and we've had this yearly contract with her for a number of years. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm looking at the detail, not the agenda. We have items 43, 44, 45 will all be discussed in executive session. And moving on to 46.
Oh, it's good seeing you, Ann. I
Good
know you love
afternoon, Ann
appearing
Gallagher,
before us.
First Deputy Commissioner of Assessment. This is just a correction of the role. I say the wrong parties were charged for an illegal set out, so Codes is just requesting that it be waived and given back.
Okay.
Just one.
You all set, Councilor?
Yep, thank you, Counselor.
47, Councilor Jones-Rouser.
Thank you, Pro Temp. I have items 47 through 68.
Councilors, Michael Collins again. So 47 is related to our analysis of impediments. We are in the process of creating the new 5-year plan, action plan related to our entitlement funding as required by HUD. These are the CDBG, ESG, and home grants. HUD requires an analysis of impediments. CNY Fair Housing is our local and regional designated fair housing investigative body, and they have consistently done this with us and provide three real significant benefits. One is they're uniquely positioned because of them being the sole provider of the fair housing work within the area. Two, they also do the counties, so they've got that perspective that way. And three, we work well with them with doing the mapping. So since they are a nonprofit rather than a for-profit consultant, and we can work with them on the mapping, we're able to do this at what we expect is a significantly reduced cost than if we were out in the marketplace for a product that probably would not be quite what we were hoping for.
So this is new?
No, this is, but it will feel that way because it's an every 5-year activity. Yep.
And Commissioner, if we go back 5 years, what did we learn and what progress have we made based upon this report?
So what we learned is that during that time, everything changed due to the pandemic. So that's part of why this is a good thing to do every 5 years. What we knew 5 years ago was that there's concentrations of poverty, that we have housing in distress, and that we have a lot of residents that end up on in substandard housing. But the numbers related to all of that at this point are practically irrelevant just because of how massively we've shifted over the past 4.5 years. Good. Let me find where I put my glasses so I'm able to keep up with you guys and see what I got next. So 48 is not me. I'll go sit down.
Good afternoon, Kate Auwater, I'm the Preservation Planner. Number 48 is a request to amend an ordinance to increase a contract amount by $4,000 for Robley Historic Preservation. The source of the funding is a grant from state parks. We are basically, or the city is basically acting as a pass-through for the, I am working also on the project a little bit, but we're basically, the city's main role is as a pass-through for this. The state requested additional $4,000 be provided to the consultant, and with the anticipation of getting the project, which is a handbook, done by the end of September. Any questions?
So that handbook would be for who?
It's going to be for communities across the state. It's a CLG, Certified Local Government Handbook. It explains the program to communities. The program, which is basically, it's helping communities with their preservation programs.
And we would distribute it to our people who deal with housing.
It would be, I'm sorry, say that again?
No, we would distribute to our people, obviously, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And we are a CLG community, so it's how to become a CLG community, how to maintain one's status as a CLG community, the benefits, and all the rest, so.
Is it 100% the cost comes from the grant?
Yes, the cost does come from the grant amount, the total grant, yep. Questions? Thanks.
Okay. Thanks, Kate. Back up.
Nice to see all of you again. 49. This is a project that we put ARPA funding into at the time the application was made. The address was 705 North McBride. During the project, there was a re-subdivision, and so that same property now has the new address of 701 North McBride, and so this is simply to clean up to make sure that our funding award matches the existing and current property address.
So are there 2 parcels at this point? Is there a 7?
I believe there were 2 parcels, and there's now 1, which
Oh,
is
it's
would have
merged,
been,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Camone is at a conference, so we're going to see how I do with the list of the properties here. But I think I'm ready.
Well, I think 50 might be Jake's. I'm not 100% sure.
I'm really just so excited to
Okay.
do this
All
for
right.
Camone. So yeah, I'm going to get out of the way. Jake will come up. I'll
Okay.
see you in a minute.
All right. Did Jake leave? No, you're right.
Sure you don't want to come back? Item number 50 is permission seeking an encroachment. So this is the owner at 212 Clover Ridge Drive has an existing backyard fence. It's very old. They want to update it to a new vinyl fence. It encroaches into city right-of-way. It's a paper street in the backyard. So it encroaches 10 feet. So they're asking permission to get the official encroachment in order to replace the fence that's there.
You said it encroaches onto a what?
So it's like a paper street. It's not a real street, but it's on a map. It's city right away. I don't know what the original intent
But
was.
there's really nothing there.
You know?
Okay.
Streets on paper. There's a lot of them all over the city, actually.
I have one in my backyard.
Okay. I'm going to look into the notes further from the other, 'cause I see one that says that the owner should buy that piece of property, but I'll look into it, so I'll know by Monday for sure. So
Okay.
possibly holding this one.
Got it.
Okay. 10 feet is a lot.
Any smart remarks back at me are well earned by this point.
Welcome back.
Thank you, Counselor. Okay, so 51 through 68. There are 2 on here that we're looking to change. 515 Pond, that as I read through, I was expecting on here, I did not see on here, so perhaps that's already been withdrawn. They have entered into a tax trust on that one. And then 1405 Highland, we'd like to hold, and that's number 53. Yeah, and that one, they have been making some payments. They've been working through a legal matter to get themselves into a tax trust, but we've been seeing effort from this property owner in response to
withdrawing
this.
it?
So we're going to hold
Hold it.
because they still have some hurdles in front of them, so we want to give them a chance on it.
Okay. We're also going to hold 51,
51,
56,
56,
58, 59, 60, 67, and 68.
So on any of those, is there anything in particular you'd like us to pay attention to with those?
No, there's going to be some more outreach to those individuals, and so we'll try to, hopefully we'll know by Monday.
Noted.
Michael, for Monday, 68, do you have it listed as vacant? Just find out for me on Monday.
I will check, absolutely.
I don't think they're vacant.
I don't think it's vacant either,
No,
but
it's
it was
not.
listed as
I
vacant.
know who lives it.
Yeah, I'll check.
I have a question, Mike.
Yeah.
On this one, for all of these, the new listings, taxes, they're not giving me like individually. They're over what, 25,000? What is?
Oh, yeah, I mean,
This
you know,
list is.
this list, I think the lowest we've got on here is in the 20s, but a lot of them are 30s, 40s.
Yeah.
A couple that are over 100.
Yes.
Yep.
And just for information wise, we can go on and see how can we see the update of like outreach that was done to these houses?
We can, I'll send you something.
Can you send us,
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
the
And I
last-
say, yeah.
Could you just send it to all of us?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Okay.
have it. It's at the end of the
Out of yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll.
Well, don't send
forward
it then.
Okay.
I'll forward it and then just at the end.
Okay.
And I think we got to be cognizant of any code violations that any of these places have.
Well, yeah, that is part of what needs to happen with the
Yeah,
tax
I know,
trust.
I know, Camone, they'd have that spreadsheet with the code violations, because we certainly want to know what condition these houses are in, too.
Yeah, and you know, as I was just going through notes, preparing to be up here in front of you on these items, a number of them are, have some significant issues, definitely.
And I do have one more. You may not know, you're not Camone, so I'll have to refer to Jake. You might know, but I'm not sure. Any update on the property down off of South Salinas in the
Burn?
Valley? Yes.
Yes. So I don't get it wrong. Can we connect after the meeting?
Okay.
It's complex. So here's what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Thanks.
We have all these,
Yeah.
Are you set, Counselor, or with all the, what's left here? All set. All set? Okay, Counselor Manto.
Thank you, Councilor Hogan. I have item number 69, and we will hold that for further robust discussion.
Thank you. So I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
We adjourn.
We're going to executive session.
Jake.
Shouldn't adjourn.
Before you do that whole story, right?
We're going to do that.
Executive session.
We're going to do that in a minute.